Is this thing on, man? What around Joe with Snow Home TV back with another boxing video. Good morning, y'all. Good Monday morning. On my way to work, man. Figured I'd do this video now because I didn't get a chance to over the weekend. I was about to do a post-fight reaction directly after the fights, but I ended up shooting out to the bar with some homies. Ended up getting plastered. Spent the whole day yesterday recovering and shit, hungover. Yeah, I just can't do it no more, man. I can't drink like I used to, man. I'm not as young as I used to be. You know, it is what it is. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Let me get that checked. Anyway, yeah, man, just not as young as I used to be, man. What do they say? Father Time is the only one that's undefeated. But anyway, the last Crescendo, Turkey Al-Rashid's card of the century. One of the best, if not the best, boxing cards ever to be put on, supposedly. I enjoyed the card quite thoroughly myself, you know, to be honest. I thought it was real good. There was a lot of fights on there, a lot of fights that, you know, would have been considered 50-50 or could have gone either way. So that's probably why people considered it the quote-unquote best. But, you know, that's, you know, subjective. But it is what it is, man. I like I said, I enjoyed it. I missed the first fight, which was Buatsi versus Caleb Smith. But, you know, ironically enough, I heard that fight was the best fight of the night, or it was the show stealer. Caleb Smith won. I did see some highlights of it. There was some, you know, phone booth affair type of stuff. A lot of back and forth, a lot of ebb and flow. So that's probably why people considered it that. And it, you know, it was the first fight of the night, so they came out the gate, you know, crashing. Salute to them, man. Salute to both fighters. Caleb Smith took it. Like I said before in my, you know, the build up to this fight, you know, I thought Buatsi, you know, the undefeated, was probably going to win. But I guess Caleb Smith's experience helped take him over the edge. You know, he was in there with Canelo Alvarez before, and I just, you know, nothing against these guys, man, nothing against, you know, the UK or whatever, but I don't see where Caleb Smith really goes from here. Like, who's he gonna beat now? Like, okay, he got past Boyatsi, but who's he gonna beat now? You know, I heard, you know, some rumors of him going in there against Benavidez, which, you know, that is a possibility, especially if the trilogy works out between Bivol and Beterbiev, but we'll get to that later. But second fight of the night, which the fight I came in on, was Caballero versus Zhilei Zhang. Good heavyweight fight, man. Caballero going to that body. Zhang taking out, or at least knocking down Caballero, you know, and really coming out the gate, you know, as his name suggests, Big Bang Zhang. But, you know, I mean, I don't know, maybe you would say it's a little bit of age, maybe it's, you know, just, you know, that's a weak point for Zhang, is going to that body, because, you know, that's what really took him out of there. It was, what, by round 6? Real short, straight to the point type of fight. Good fight, though, man. Good heavyweight fight. Caballero, sky's the limit for him. He's still undefeated. All his recent fights have been knockouts. I can see him possibly, I don't know, maybe fighting Anthony Joshua. Not Anthony Joshua. What's his name? Danny Dubois, maybe? Because I don't see him getting a heavyweight title shot after this. You know, not now, at least. But, you know, maybe sometime in the near future, man. You know, there's still some good prospects. You know what I like to see? Caballero fight Fabio Wardley. That'd be a good fight. But moving on, man. Virgil Ortiz versus Madrimov. Good fight, man. Madrimov was boxing early, very herky-jerky style, kind of the same stuff he was doing against Terrence Crawford. But eventually, Virgil Ortiz just caught up to him, man, and was just lacing him with shots, man. Hellacious shots. Damn near had him out of there a few times in the later rounds, and ended up taking the victory, rightfully so. Of course, now everybody is comparing. What is he doing? Of course, now everybody is comparing Madrimov's loss to Ortiz to Madrimav's loss to Terrence Crawford. And I'm just like, you know what? You can, oh, he beat him better. Oh, he deserves a fight with Crawford. First and foremost, Madrimav is not Madrimov. Virgil Ortiz is not going to get a fight against Terrence Crawford. At least not now, because he's going up to 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez. And even after that fight, if Alvarez wins, who knows? Terrence Crawford might retire. If Terrence Crawford wins, I don't know, man. I see, he might come back down. But if he comes back down, he's probably going to come back. Who knows what he's going to come back down to? He might want to come back down to 160. I don't know. But all I know is that fight is probably not going to take place anytime soon. If anything, Virgil Ortiz needs to set his focus on the likes of like Murtaza Aliyev, who washed Tim Tszyu up. And, just let's see what happens from there. I thought Virgil Ortiz did real well. I also thought Terrence Crawford did real well, if you remember my post-reaction video for that fight. I thought he beat Madrimav pretty handedly. I don't think it was a very close fight. I just think that Crawford waited, but that's Crawford's style. We're talking styles here. Of course, Virgil Ortiz is going to look better because he's a seek and destroy fighter. He was going in there to get him with that herky-jerky style. Plus he already had a loss on his record, and you got something to look, something to reference. There's a blueprint there. Terrence Crawford didn't go get him because Terrence Crawford is a counter puncher. So he was sitting back waiting, like, okay, is this dude gonna jump so I can strike, or so that's why he waited to go at him. But like I said, man, both fighters beat Madrimav pretty handedly. It's still kind of up in the air about how good Madrimav really is, but he did put up a good affair against both fighters. But like I said, Virgil Ortiz needs to focus on unifying with Murtaza Aliyev. I think that'll be a good fight. Both fighters have power, and now we'll see, who's really, because he was much bigger than Madrimov, but I don't think he'll be bigger than Murtaza Aliyev. And Murtaza Aliyev got cracked too, so it'll be bully versus bully. So that's what we want to see. I think a lot of people had Virgil Ortiz winning this fight. I think I included. So there you have it. Anyway, moving forward. You had, what was it? Padley versus Shakur Stevenson. Padley, came off of, 4 days notice, no real training. But he was in shape. Kudos to him for that. Probably had to cut weight to make weight, but he did make weight. Came in and, he tried his best, man, but there's levels to this shit, man. He took the ass whooping, took the paycheck, and, just took it like a man, man. He lost, fair and square. Shakur just ripping shots to the body. And, although it wasn't, that impressive of a win, it was an impressive performance, man. It's what people wanted to see from Shakur Stevenson. I remember I had a homie, man, he was pissing me off. He was texting me, because he was watching the fight too from somewhere else. And he kept texting me like, man, why Shakur don't finish him, man? I'm like, bro, just relax, bro. Like, y'all heap all this criticism on Shakur, like all these expectations, these unrealistic expectations that you don't really have for other fighters. He's not a power, for one, Shakur Stevenson is not a power puncher like Tank Davis or somebody. You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson is a pick you apart type of fighter. Break you down, walk you down, get you up out of there maybe later, or beat you up to a decision. So he just so happened to, get Padley out of there. He was going to that body, dropped him a few times to that body. Salute, man, because a lot of boxers have been doing a lot of good work to the body lately to get these stoppages, man, and it's a beautiful thing instead of headhunting, which I feel like Better BL's problem was against Bivol in the second fight, but we'll get to that. But, salute to Shakur Stevenson for winning. We'll see what's next for him. He's saying that he wants Tank. Tank's laughing him off. Tank's still got to fight Lamont Roach this coming Saturday on the 1st of March. So we'll see how that fight goes. And, we'll just, have to see, man, where the chips fall. But salute to Shakur Stevenson, man. He needs to stay off of social media, man, because, he's going to get a bad rap either way, and he's just going to have to come to terms with that, you know. Who else do we have out here? We had Big Bang Zilly, not Big Bang Zang. I was thinking about Martin Bacoli. They kind of remind me of each other, even though they're completely different racial ethnic background groups. Martin Bacoli versus Joseph Parker. You know, salute to Martin Bacoli for coming out, you know, last minute. I think he had landed in Riyadh that morning in order to fight, you know, Joseph Parker. And Joseph Parker, man, salute to him. He did what he's supposed to do. Get the unconditioned, you know, on vacation guy up out of there, last replacement guy up out of there. But he got him out of there quick with a punch to the top of the head that kind of slid to the back of Bacoli's ear, knocking his equilibrium out. That's why he fell like that. He was saying he felt like King Hippo. Shit, he was shaped like King Hippo. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Look at this. Another one. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be fucking late. But, yeah, man, salute to Joseph Parker, man. He's like a giant killer now. You know what I mean? He's just, you know, he took out Deontay Wilder. I don't think people expected him to beat Wilder. He took out Zhang. People didn't expect him to beat Zhang. And now he took out Bacoli. People didn't really expect him to beat Bacoli, but they kind of did because Bacoli came last minute. But I was rooting for Bacoli, man. I even thought Bacoli could pull it off, but I guess not, man. He does need a full training camp. He still has his fight with Njaba in May. Riyadh season, and Turkey's going to look out for him for coming out last minute and, you know, saving the card. So, you know, it was a decent affair, man. You know, his corner saved him. His corner ended up jumping on the apron because they wanted to, you know, preserve him for, you know, future fights. You know, he still got the Njaba fight, which is another power puncher from Africa. But yeah, Joseph Parker's got one of the best resumes in the heavyweights right now, if not the. He's looking real good out there. He's stay winning. I'd say go ahead and give him a title shot against Usyk, see what he can do up there. Because I don't think we should have to wait on Danny Dubois, man. Danny Dubois already had his chance to beat Usyk. I mean, I thought he did beat Usyk. I thought they robbed him with that body shot that they called a low blow. But at the same token, I mean, he had a chance to, you know, still win the fight and keep going to the body, but Usyk came and battled back, and Dubois just quit. It's something that Dubois, you know, has done before. Like, I remember him doing it against Joe Joyce. So we'll see what happens moving forward, you know, with these heavyweights mixing it up. I'm glad to see it. You know, glad to see that there's, you know, some smoke for Usyk, because for a minute there it was looking like Usyk was just going to run away and wasn't going to be nobody to challenge him, you know, after taking out Joshua and Tyson Fury, and, you know, Deontay Wilder and Zhilei Zhang being on the decline. You know, we got Martin Bacoli coming up. Hopefully, you know, that knockout didn't mess him up too much. I mean, but he's lost before. He got knocked out before by Michael Hunter, who I don't know is doing what the fuck. I mean, he's on social media talking. He was, you know, clowning Martin Bacoli for losing. Just like, dude, why are you clowning him? You beat him, didn't you? Like, why do you care? Like, if anything, you need to get your ass in the ring so that you could be in the running for a championship fight, since you're so good. You want to see. Then the main event, man, we had Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol 2. Good fight, real good fight. I thought both fighters did better than their last performances against each other. Just think that Bivol held on a little bit better, even though it seemed like he was getting battered around that fucking ring, man, and he was just kind of shelling up most of those middle rounds. He battled back in the late rounds. I'm not mad at the decision. I thought Beterbiev would win. I actually, you know, predicted a knockout, and he was close a few times, but I don't know, he just couldn't get to Bivol. Bivol's real good with his distance. Bivol's, you know, he's got long arms, you know, he's real good boxing ability, you know, good IQ. But he took it, man, you know. So I think that another reason they gave him the nod is so that they can make a trilogy. So that'll be interesting to see. That would be interesting to see, man. I don't know where Benavidez falls in this. I mean, I know he was present that night. I know he was, slated to fight the winner. But I don't know if they're going to go for the trilogy first or if they're going to go ahead and get Benavidez in there. Because if Benavidez gets in there and beats Bivol, I guess you can still put the trilogy on either way, whether Bivol wins or loses, right? But we'll see what happens, man. It's it's good to see these guys mixing it up. Come on, dude, get in the lane if you're gonna get in the lane. Jesus Christ, learn how to drive out here, people. For real, man. That shit be annoying what y'all be doing. Goofy motherfucker. Yup. Goddamn train already making the nigga late. 2 trains out this bitch. 2 trains. Look at this dude. Look at him. Look at the guy behind me trying to go around. Fucking ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, man, it was a good card, man. It was a real good card, man. You had Bud in attendance. Bud was there, supporting Shakur Stevenson. Ran up on Teofimo Lopez, pussy ass, checked him, had his arm around him, like he had him by the scruff of his neck. Was like, tell him what you told me. Oh man, I was just doing it for promotion. A little scary ass. Not the same energy, all this monkey shit. He on camera eating bananas and all this shit, running his mouth to Keyshawn. Yeah, it's real. He's the very definition of a motherfucker that's an internet gangster, bro. Just can't stand this dude, man. He's like, oh yeah, man. He's like, I don't gotta fuck you up then. He's like, oh no, man, I still want to spar though. They try to save face, try to, salvage his manhood. Like he was like, nah, just take it on the chin, man. Bud running up on you, bro. Bud pressing you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take that, bro. You deserve it. Fucking mook. Anyway, man, we'll see what happens in the future, man. We still don't know who Teofimo Lopez is gonna be fighting. So, got Bud coming up against Canelo in September. We got some good fights on the horizon, man. Albeit them being a little spread out. Anyway, it's No Home TV, man. I'll be back with another one. Peace. Let me get the fuck on before I'm late.